Welcome back to Barcelona and the 470 Worlds on the concluding day of the championship. With a two-way tie between the first two women's teams going into the day and any of the top four in reach of the gold medal, it was set to be exciting. In the one and only race of the day for the women gold fleet, China's Zhao Mei and Chanai started on the pin end. But Lau and Shimak from Austria made a less than promising start from the middle of the race course. Russia's Ivanova and Khrushchev were a few meters on windward. In the fight for a ticket to London, things were still wide open. In the downwind mark, apart from Italy's Conti and Mikol, who led the race from start to finish, all eyes were on the nations striving for the Olympic ticket and the Croatians. Ninchevich and Zupan were almost side by side, with Austria's Vadlau and Shimak on the mark. After a really tricky second upwind where the wind dropped to almost zero and a tactical downwind, it was Croatia and Austria booked their ticket to the Olympics. Light winds and the swell favored them. Disappointment for the Russians, who weren't so lucky. Let's hear what Laura Vadlau had to say about their success.
We fight every race for every point because we knew it's gonna be tough, and at the end we made it.
And now, the moment to decide the world champion. Will it be Britain's Mills and Clark, New Zealand's Ale and Powry perhaps? Or will the title go to Westerhoff and Berghout from the Netherlands? It was the Brits who started out best. They picked the pin end. The Kiwis followed them, but the Dutch couldn't lay calm to a good position at this early stage. At the first mark, it's France's Lecointe and Geron in first place, with the girls from Britain behind them, followed closely by the New Zealanders. The Dutch were trailing towards the back, but they make a comeback during downwind. Picked the right side and were rewarded for this maneuver. It was a really tough battle during downwind, with the wind almost to zero and the waves mixing with the current. At downwind mark, Kondo and Tabata from Japan were first, with the French in second place. The Dutch were now sailing alongside the Brits, and they chose the opposite marks to round. In the end though, the gold goes to the hosts of this year's Olympics, with Mills and Clark securing Great Britain's first ever 470 Women Worlds title. Let's hear a few words from Mills and Clark.
Really relieved. It was a really stressful race, but yeah, really happy.
The men's final was now happening, and it's Fontella and Marinic versus the Lindgren brothers for the bronze medal. The Croatians managed to block the Finns at the start of the race. Not a good start for Nicholas and Johannes Lindgren. But they didn't give up and ended to the right side of the race course. The Croatians finally managed to round in front of the Lindgrens. With only a few meters now, right next to the Croatians at the downwind gate. And just behind the pair of Leboucher and Garros, Japan's Harada and Yoshida took the medal race gun and the first place. Leboucher and Garros were second, and the Croatians just one place ahead of the Finns. It's been really suspenseful today.
It was quite a tricky race, as you saw, but I think we did a really good job on the start by pressing the Finland guy and three others both close to the race committee. And then we decided to go a bit more to the right because our decision before the start was like that. And it was tough with the Finland guy. He was fast. He was coming back both upwinds, first and second one. And it was a great challenge for us and great training for the Olympics.
Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard now. The time has come after the efforts of the last few days for the winners to receive their trophies in a great ceremony put together by the Spanish hosts.